which part?
of having you on.
So, how's your holiday?
My holiday's been good. I haven't had much of a holiday. I've been working mostly.
I know.
And I'm just doing way too much shit right now. But so this is my philosophy for October holidays. I stay in Shanghai because I feel like everywhere else is just way too many people. I made a mistake once of taking my mom to Phuket during October holidays. It was like I never left China. This is just 人山人海 in Phuket. It was ridiculous. But because I feel like I don't like crowds.
Me either.
You know, so I feel like in like French concession Shanghai is already enough people, so I usually just stay here.
You have no idea. So my friends visit me from Beijing.
Yeah.
And I took them to Wukang Road. It's
crowded.
Yes, and even worse than Waitan, the Bond.
Really?
Yes, exactly.
Like it wasn't like that. That's like a new thing then.
I know, like we cannot even walk on the walk side. We have to in the middle of the road.
Just because there's too many chances. They should block off Wukanglu. Like
I know.
No cars can go anyways. But I know my holidays have been good. I've slept more. I've just done a lot of half days. I do miss traveling. My entire WeChat feed is filled with friends who are traveling. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like I was telling Adele on the last podcast about this. Like I haven't done much traveling in China.
No.
Like I wanna outside of Zheng Zhou, where we are both from, and like Beijing, Shanghai, I haven't gone anywhere. So like I haven't been to Hangzhou. I haven't been to Lijiang. You know, Moganshan都没去过. So I want to do more traveling, definitely.
So outside of Zhengzhou, Beijing, Shanghai, which area do you want to explore first?
A lot.
Pick one first.
I really miss nature. So I think, my work is fairly flexible now. So I might do like a long weekend in Yunnan. I think if 4 days in Yunnan is tight, but it's doable. I might do Huangshan again in November. Huangshan is probably going to be the first one.
Are you going to watch the sunrise?
Yeah, I would love to. I didn't get a chance last time. So I went to Huangshan once before, but it was with my dad. And he's old. You know, so I didn't get to see everything because he's fucking slow.
I know. Yeah. And, you know, traveling with parents, you always want to provide them the comfort.
Oh, you
hotels.
do. I don't.
You don't?
I do not give a fuck. Huangshan, there isn't a lot of comfort. Like, we stay at one of the nicer hotels on top of the mountain. It's pretty shitty. It's a pretty shitty hotel. But, yeah.
Then how do you regard yourself in the traveling? Do you like very comfort, luxury
It depends.
hotel?
So I separated it. I think there's traveling and there's vacation.
Okay.
When you, like, you know, sometimes you're too busy, you just want a vacation. Yes, I try to stay somewhere nice.
Right.
Even if we're going to like Hangzhou, I try to stay somewhere. Even if we go to Zheng Zhou, I stay somewhere nice. But for traveling, I don't care. Like we can sleep on the fucking road for all I care.
So Yunnan, how are you gonna choose?
I don't know yet.
My first camping experience happened in Yunnan.
Okay.
In the mountain.
Send me the details. Maybe we'll do that.
Oh, I'm not sure you want to do that.
Why?
It's like Chinese version of Burning Man.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, the music festival. You have to live in the camp.
Okay.
Then it's raining.
Yeah.
Basically, you are lying on the river.
Yeah, but that's part of the experience.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't want to do that, just so we're clear. Like, but I'm open to camping in Yunnan, like normal camping.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
There are camping grounds in China, no?
I think so, but I'm not really big fan of that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the reason I choose Shanghai because I'm an urban girl.
Yeah.
I can't take more nature style thing.
I miss nature though. Cheers. Cheers, come on.
Cheers.
We can drink. This can be just like a purely drinking episode. It's perfectly okay.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, not so many podcasts I've listened to that people drinking and talking together.
Is this your first time on a podcast?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm both excited and nervous.
Yeah. So this is why I wanted to have you on. You were the first Chinese guest we've had on. So I think by the time this will come out, this will be probably like episode 8. And not only that, but like we're very new friends compared to some of the people I've had on here.
Yeah.
And like I'm very attracted to you as a friend because we're from the same place. Not only are we from the same place, like a block away.
Yeah, and
right?
even the same school.
Yeah, like elementary school. Yeah, and like I learned a lot of things about Henan very recently. So you and
New
I,
things,
yeah,
right?
you and I are from a province in China called Henan, from a city called Zheng Zhou,
Yeah.
from area in Zheng Zhou called like Jinshuilu, Fujian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
交通一大堆那边.
You know, the primary school,
Yeah.
I just learned that it is still the most popular.
I'm sure.
The most popular school of Zhengzhou.
I'm sure.
That's so hard to get into.
Yeah.
And even my friends' children, like it's hard for them to promise that their children can get into that one.
Right.
I was like shocked.
Yeah. Is it because like an education thing or what? Like,
yes,
yeah?
the education
Oh, wow.
and is sponsored by the government
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Like very.
I was only there for like 6 months.
Unique.
You actually went to school there. That's the difference.
Actually, I don't like the experience there because, as people already know that in that school you've already got some so-called background or like
privileged background. Or,
yes,
yeah.
yes, the family thing.
Yeah.
So the teacher are very snob. Can
Snobby.
I use that word?
Yeah, snobby.
Yeah. So there were lots of bullied happen in that school, and I didn't realize it until I happened to have the roommate which went to the same school with
in
us.
Elementary school. Yeah.
Yes. And we talk about this shit, and we finally realized it. Okay, that's true. So I think the suggestions I gave to my friends was like, okay, if you can get your child into that school, that's good. If you can, it's
fine.
Yeah, right.
Fine, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, but that's China for you in a nutshell, you know.
I know.
But I really want to have you come on here because you're like the first person I've met my age who's from a similar area.
Yeah.
Chusheng area, yeah. But also, like, I wanted to have you come on because you're the first Chinese guest, and like I know before we started recording, you were like a little nervous about your English.
Super.
And stuff like that. Your English is great, and I think, excuse me, you know, the fact that you're at least willing to try to do a podcast in English for a mostly English audience is really cool. Like, it's really brave. How do you say brave in Chinese?
勇敢.
There we go. Go with that. 勇敢. 勇敢 translates. And I hope more Chinese people do this because like I've met so many Chinese people in Shanghai who, yeah, their English is not perfect, but like that's totally okay. Like you can more than have a conversation with them.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I found some confidence because of listening some, podcasts and also audiobooks. The recent one I listened to is Elon Musk's mom. Yeah, she has this perfect South African English accent.
Very thick.
Yes.
Very thick, yeah.
Yes, but she is still very confident with her career, with her, the whole story about her life to just,
To raise Elon, his brother.
Yeah.
Are you a big Elon Musk fan?
Not really.
No? Why did you pick up that book?
Because I found his mom is very beautiful.
Okay.
Aging gracefully.
Yeah.
So I really want to know, like, how's her story going.
Yeah.
But I just start to listen. I was listening about how she became the oldest model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she is 71.
Elon Musk's mom.
Yes.
Damn. And she's like modeling?
Yes,
Damn.
all the time. And it being
what
a
the fuck happened to Elon then?
I don't know.
Elon's not bad looking.
She. So the great thing is, as a single mom, she raised her children by being a model all the time.
Ah, I didn't know that. So the book is actually on her. It's not on Elon. I thought it would be on Elon.
It's about her. It's about how she became this, like how she came so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so going back to like Henan, can you briefly describe Henan?
Oh,
to
wait.
the best of your capabilities? Like, what is Henan like as a province?
Yeah. So, okay. That question, I actually try to solve. Like that's something I try to solve to give people exactly the idea about Henan. When I first met this question was when I was in US.
Yeah.
My professor asked, "Oh, where are you from?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm from Henan."
Yeah.
You know, the Shaolin Temple, the
Yeah.
martial arts.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a keyword.
That's what most people know it as. Yeah.
Right?
But that's not actual Henan though.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And then my professor like mistakenly regarded as, "Oh, Hunan, you mean Hunan?"
Yeah, that like, happens a lot. Yeah, very frustrating.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
Then I have to use this comparison.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, you know, like Chicago is like the train hub, metro hub of the whole US. Yeah. So like Henan, maybe, you know, the train hub of the China.
It's becoming that. It's like Henan is very like central, right? Like logistically, it's very important.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So. So yeah, maybe we can discuss about like some keywords of Henan to let people have this.
How would you describe it though? Actually, hang on, let's do this. So how, for those people who don't know this, how is Henan viewed in China? Because I only found this out very recently, right? But like apparently Henan people are not very fondly viewed by other Chinese people.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Okay.
So the yes part, because I think people always have this stereotype about Henan, like people from there are came from humble or poor like situations.
Yeah, so
or something,
Henan is like a very
right?
poor province. I would describe Henan like similar to ways it is a train hub, but like imagine if the U.S. it's probably close to like where Wyoming is, like it's like in very or like Missouri. Right?
Yeah,
it's
Missouri.
Like very central, very barren. And like just a ton of people, like way too many people. And
they live on the farm,
yes,
right?
A lot of farming, yeah.
A lot of farming.
Yeah.
But the reason I said no is because, like, you know, in China, like from different provinces, they always have the stereotypes or labels to other province.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The Beijing people, you
look
know,
down on others. Shanghai
throw shade on Shanghai people.
Yeah.
It's just so common.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I heard that like in China, Henan people are viewed as like 农村人 now, you know, like very but also very like cunning, like, you know, just like they will take advantage of you in a kind of way. Is that true?
Like common?
Yeah, like just I don't know. It's like they don't look upon Henan people very nicely, you know.
So they are not as hardworking as Zhejiang people.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Okay.
They're not as united as Fujian people to do the business.
I didn't know that. So Fujian people are good business people.
I think somehow like they united with each other.
But this makes sense
very tightly.
Fujian and Zhejiang are on the coast, so they all have a lot of ports and a lot of trade and business. Henan doesn't, right?
Yes.
Like Henan's history is like farming and war. Yeah. That's essentially all Henan has. Like war and farm.
Yeah, you know, you can still find the Asian wall.
Yeah.
In Zheng Zhou.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very old. So all the cause it's in the central, and it used to be like so easy to grow all those wheat.
Yeah.
That's why like in the old time, the emperor, whenever they want to have this power, they always take that place so that they can they can have more human resources to grow those wheat.
It's a 麦子, no?
Yes.
Yeah, wheat. Yeah.
他们就是要种庄稼，然后要有很多 human resources.
Yeah,
right?
because I mean, Henan is like right by the Yellow River, right? Like it's the most northern river, it's the closest river to Beijing, and like it's always very heavily.
Have you ever played the board game Catan?
Yeah.
So in Catan, you know that
it's a great example. Yeah.
Right? If you wanna win, you need to have those all those resources. So in the ancient time, the Henan has so much resources that if you want to grow your own kingdom, you have to get all those things.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because like it had a lot of, like it was very close to a lot, like Xi'an, for example, was very close.
Right.
So it was like very capital adjacent. Like it was very important. A lot of farmers. Right?
Yes.
Like my family's farming history.
Do you still have land in Henan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they still grow shit. I don't know what the fuck they grow, but I think they grow wheat.
Wheat.
Probably.
Also, I think corns.
Yeah. Corn. Yeah, 很多玉米. Yeah.
Right. I also raise pigs.
Yeah, 很多猪. Yeah.
Lots of things. Yeah, I think that's one of it. It's like the old land of Catan in the Catan thing.
Yeah.
So that you want to collect as one of your kingdom.
Yeah, Henan is an interesting place. People always ask me, they're like, "Oh, what is there to see in Henan?" I'm like, "Nothing. Don't go."
Exactly.
People, I have always, you have to understand. I grew up abroad, right? So every time I went back to Henan, it was always very positive and very happy because my family was always very warm and very welcoming.
Yeah.
So like I've always only had positive associations with Henan.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until recently, since like I've been in Shanghai, after like 5 or 6 years, where people started telling me, and I was like, oh wow, Henan is actually not a great place, is it? Amongst a lot of Chinese people's eyes. Important, but like they don't, like nobody ever says, I want to go to Henan for the weekend. Like, no.
I won't suggest people to go there for the weekend. It's because I don't see there as like Hangzhou or Suzhou has so many views.
Yeah, there's nothing to see in Henan.
Right?
No.
But the other thing is, I don't feel like people are fit into that stereotype that much. Because, I don't know, like, especially for the young generation of like us, I think we're pretty normal people.
Yeah, I completely agree. Henan, I don't spend a lot of time there. You spend much more time there than I do. But every time I go, it changes a lot. But it's still weird, man. Like my cousin is 25 now. Like I'm very close with her. I would say she's the only like family my age who I'm close with. Like just seeing her grow. Like when I met you, you told me that Henan is actually very traditional, like very conservative.
Yes.
Which
Still
I did not, like as soon as you said that, for me, I was like, oh wow, so much makes sense now in my life. Like how my family has reacted to literally everything now, it totally makes sense.
Dude, in your age, if you were in Henan, you've already got your, second child?
No chance. No, wouldn't happen if I was raised in Henan or in Canada. There's no way I have a second child by 30. But it is crazy, and I feel like by Henan standards, my family's actually really progressive. Like even with my cousin, she's like 25, but like they're not super concerned or pressure or anything. She's doing her master's now in Xi'an. She's almost done, I think. But like it's so I just went back and I saw my grandma, and I had this moment where, maybe because we got drunk, because we drank a fuck ton of baijiu every time I go back. But I had this moment where she was talking about where she wanted to be buried. And I was like, wow, this is so cool for somebody like me, because I am, on one end, so Western. Like, I am so Western. But at the same time, I have these like very, very traditional roots. Like if you meet my family, like 他们真的标准的河南人,
Okay.
And just like within 30
Before
years.
the meal, 3 shots of baijiu.
Oh, at least. Dude, when we go back now, we don't drink baijiu from cups. It was like, in the bowls.
The bowls.
Yes. It's not, we're not drinking fucking baijiu from the glass.
So we're the shame of Henan people, right?
Are we?
Yes, below average of level of drinking. Talking about the drinking ability.
Yeah. I think I drink a lot.
Oh, really?
I drink like 我一斤没事.
Oh my god, I'm below the average.
Yeah, but that's okay. You're a girl. You're a girl. That's in Henan. It's okay because men and women are not treated equally in Henan.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Dude, we can talk about Henan for another hour, but we should.
Yeah, how's your grandma? Because I feel like in her age, like at her age, she can still really drink a lot with you. That was awesome.
My grandma drinks 最起码2两.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like 1 cup easily, lunch and dinner.
Nice.
It's ridiculous. But my grandma she's like my spirit animal. You know, a lot of my personality is from her. I'm very close with her, so I should go back more. I go back maybe 3-4 times a year. I should go back a little bit more.
For example, like which part of your personality?
Everything. My grandma she is, aside from my mom, the most incredible woman I know. She got divorced from my grandfather 5 years ago.
Wow.
You know, so she is just so proud, stubborn, and like very funny, and yeah.
Oh, wow.
But also very different than me. Like it's, you know, honestly, when I look at my grandma on my dad's one night, like seeing her and me, and seeing the difference and how that goes from 2 generations. Like within 2 generations, you went from black to white, essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's really incredible, you know, this world that we live in.
And thinking about the environment that both of you like
grew up in. Yeah.
Grew up.
You know, I'm sure your grandparents are the same, but like our grandparents grew up with rations. Like 他们每天只能有这么多油，这么多的
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like
the same.
They only have a certain amount of flour, and
you have to get the food by tickets.
Yeah, tickets, exactly. You know, this is like our grandparents. This isn't that long ago, and like I think our parents too. Like my dad and my uncle grew up like that until they were like in college, I would say.
In quota.
In quotas. Yeah, exactly. But it's just so funny now. So I'm at age now where I try to make my grandmother as happy as I can. So when I go back now, the amount of meat that I eat is ridiculous, right? Because to her, it's like, if you have meat, you need to eat all of it. Yeah.
Yes.
All types of meat, beef, pork, chicken, like just, this is dinner. Here's like meat. Because they didn't have that growing up. Like there was no meat.
And the way they show they are loving you.
Yeah, it's through meat.
Yes. Is by pouring food to your plate. Like, eat more. Yeah. You should eat more.
Especially in Henan, though, I think it's because it was so poor back in the days, right? Like it was really feast and famine. But it's so incredible seeing that change. And like even with you, like when I met you, so I really wanted to have you on because one of the things I talk about a lot is when I first came to China, there were 3 types of Asian people. There were ABCs like me.
Yeah.
Sorry, there were only 2. ABCs and locals. That's it. Right?
That's it.
But now you see like among the locals, you see like very, very different types. Like you have people like you who went abroad for 4 years. Right. You have people who went abroad for like 8 years,
yes.
You know, or people who go for like 2 years, or people. I have some Chinese friends here who are more Western than a lot of Westerners.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like there's like they grew up watching Friends. Their English is impeccable. So I think Chinese people, especially in Shanghai, have like there's such a wide range now compared to what it was 70 years ago. Okay. And I think you fit that. Like I think you are like modern China.
Modern China.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a word I learned today. But
what, modern China?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's something I also want to maybe address a little bit.
Sure.
Because I feel like it's a little bit weird when people like me, or even like stay abroad longer than me, when we just came back to China, we also have this reverse culture shock.
Yeah. You have it?
I have it.
But so how long were you in the States? 4 years?
Yeah.
In Illinois?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then when you came back, you had a reverse culture shock.
Exactly.
Okay.
I had that too. And especially so in Shanghai, it's like the best place that you can limit it or minimum. You have this minimum amount of
culture shock.
Yes. Yeah. But when you come back to come back to Henan, when you come back to Zheng Zhou, thinking about that. Because, okay, the environment I grew up, it's just among Jinshui area.
Yeah.
You know, on the street.
Yeah.
Then I go abroad.
Yeah.
Then I came back.
Shanghai.
Shanghai's
like the middle ground.
Yes, right? Yeah. It's like it's in the middle.
Yeah.
So that I can live in the bubble.
Yeah.
That I have the same background people, or like more Western people, or like more local people. Either way, like I'm free.
Yeah.
But if you want to compare to your hometown, it's another story.
Yeah, for sure. Do you ever imagine living back in Zheng Zhou? Like what your life would be like?
Oh, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah. Your dad's trying to drag you back to Zheng Zhou?
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want to go back? I mean, Zheng Zhou is very up and coming these days. Like in 10 years, Zheng Zhou is going to be slightly less shitty.
So, okay. So I have to be honest. When I was back to Zheng Zhou these days, I was hesitant for like a second because my friends live in Zheng Zhou has already got this comfort lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, they drive their Mercedes Benz to the work and got their Balenciaga bags.
Sure.
And they live like way above the middle class.
Yeah.
But no, I won't.
You don't want to go back?
No.
Okay.
Because that's once you got this the feeling of freedom.
Yeah.
You don't want to go back.
Yeah. Okay. So are you applying for like a Shanghai hukou right now then, or how are you gonna do this?
I've already got it.
You already got it. Oh,
yeah.
You're good then. You're fine.
Thanks.
You're practically Shanghainese.
So my dad was actually feel so sad.
Yeah.
The day that I moved outside of my hukou.
Yeah.
Like his family hukou.
Yeah.
You know those.
I know.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I was like, I'm so happy for me.
Yeah. Henan fathers are not the best fathers in the world, I would say. Although my uncle is amazing. Like my uncle, like the cousin I told you about, her name, I call her Yuan Yuan, her name Yuan Zhiyan. But like her dad, my uncle, who's practically my surrogate father, is like, he's an incredible father. But a lot of other Chinese, like Henan dads are not good, especially like father-daughter relationships. Not good.
I cannot agree more with that. So this time, okay, I gonna tell you that this time when I was back at home, my dad was like, I don't feel like you want to talk to me. We were both sitting in the living room. Yeah. And my dad was like, why don't you start to talk with me to talk something? I was like, Dad, if you want to talk with me, to talk, like you pick up topics. Otherwise, I don't know what would you want to talk about? Like you didn't talk with me, like real talking with me during I growing up, and suddenly you want to talk
But that's
with
for
me.
them. I feel like it's because like you hit a certain point, which I guess is like 18, where like you're an adult. So like it's like a switch. Like you can have these conversations, right? But you don't see it that way, obviously. You see it as like No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But suddenly they want some talk.
Yeah.